So today I decided to come and do a sewing tutorial since I haven't done one in so long. Today what we're gonna be doing is making a spaghetti strap dress. Um, and we're gonna be using this very stretchy material. I got this from Walmart for like $1 a yard, and this is like my favorite type of material to use. It's really breezy for the summertime, so this is my favorite type of fabric to use because it's really lightweight and breezy and very stretchy. So what you're gonna need to make this dress is some fabric, some scissors, a cami top, and your good old handy dandy sewing machine. So the first thing I did was I laid my fabric out. I'm sorry, I already pre-cut it because I didn't know I was gonna want to make a video about it. So I was like, I might as well do a video because I haven't done a video in so long. But it is going to be a flared out type of dress. And the first thing I did, kind of prop this up. The first thing I did was I took my cami shirt and I placed it right here, and I kind of lined it up with the top of the fabric. Sorry, I hope y'all saw that instead of all this stuff over there. I'm sorry, I'm in the process of moving in an apartment. But yes, I put a cami on top of the fabric and I cut out the armholes and I cut out the neckline so I could get it pointy, similar to this style. And I cut it from here and I kind of flared it a little bit and flared it on the other side as well. And then I pinned it. I'm not gonna sew this together. It's just pinned so I can hold in place. This is the armhole, and then I pinned it going all the way down. So I'm about to come to my sewing machine and I'm going to begin to sew it. So first off, my tension is at a 9. I really don't know about tension because I am still a beginner sewer, so I really don't know about the tension, but to me it comes out perfect every time. And I'm not going to be using the 4 stitch. I don't want it zigzag, I want it a straight stitch because it really doesn't need to stretch. It's going to be kind of like a parachute type dress. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to stitch 9, and that is a straight stitch right there. I'm going to turn it to 9. And I already have it threaded, and yes, I'm using red thread. I'm not going to use any white thread for this or gray thread, but the bottom thread is going to be white. So we're going to begin trying to get something to prop my phone up with. I hope this is working. Yeah, it looks perfect. Okay. So I'm going to put my material up here because I do not want to accidentally stab myself with a pen. So I'm going to go ahead and put my foot down on here. I am going to get some scrap thread because I don't know where my tomato is. Get down. Sky. Sorry, I'm talking to the dog. So I'm going to start with my starter stitch, and I'm turning the dial on my sewing machine. And I usually do that about 4 times to kind of give it a starter stitch. And now I'm going to back stitch it. So I'm going to press the back stitch down and back stitch it 2 times. And now I'm going to continue to sew. And you just sew straight down the side. And I would recommend you go slow. Don't try to speed up. Your machine is going to sound really loud. And you don't want it. So I'm just going along the side. And this is gonna be a dress I wear around the house. I'm gonna add spaghetti straps to it. It's not so scrunchy. Kind of straighten it out. We have to go back and do that. I would suggest you kind of stretch the material down for the straight stitch so it doesn't crunch up. And it gives you a clean straight stitch. But yeah, I'm gonna add a pocket to it. This is gonna be like my house dress. I mean, it's not gonna be something that I can't wear outside, but I really like to be comfortable when I'm at home. So I know this is basically designed for the house. I'm so sorry, y'all, that I have not done a video in so long, but I just had a lot of things going on, and I just, had to get it together. But I am trying to bring y'all more videos, more sewing videos, but I don't know what you all want to see me make for beginner sewing videos. So if you have something that you really want me to sew or really want me to do, just leave me a message and I will do it. I just want to know what you all want to see. Now you just see me kind of straightening out the fabric a little bit because it's kind of bunched up a little bit. And not pulling it hard. I'm just kind of, pulling it away. And for the bottom of the dress, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my iron on hem because I don't want to have to stitch the bottom because it's going to be flared, so it's going to be a lot, and I'm lazy, so I don't want to do it. But you could sew the bottom, you can hem the bottom sewing style, but I'm going to use my I think I have some right here, stitch witchery with my iron, and I'm going to do it like that. That is like super easy, so that's how it's going to be done. So now I'm going to take my thread, and I like to cross them over and then pull them backwards. It keeps them from coming loose because I hate nothing more than trying to begin my stitch and my thread slips away. So it's like pet peeve of the world. So we're going to do the same thing, and on this side I'm starting from the bottom of the dress instead of starting from the top of the dress. So I'm starting with my 4 stitches the same way I did on the other side, and now I'm back stitching, and I'm going to begin again. You want to make sure your fabric is good. So you want to make sure you're sewing the right way because remember, it is supposed to flare. So you're make sure it flares. So I'm kind of sewing at an angle instead of sewing like a straight stitch. And I recommend getting as close to your pins as possible because that is how you're going to create, that's how you know exactly how wide you want it, because this part of my fabric is longer than the bottom part, so I pinned it perfectly to match perfectly. And if it come like that, then you want to take the pin out before you proceed, because you don't want your needle to hit your pen and then they want to stack like an L. So, yeah. So you see me moving on up. And I'm going to cut off the excess fabric on this side before I continue to finish the dress. I'm going to cut off the excess fabric because I don't want it to interfere with the flow of the dress because it can bulk up and look really ugly and tacky. So I don't want that. So I'm going to cut that off. Once I finish the dress, I'm going to cut it off. So I'm making my way on up. I'm almost finished with the sides of the dress. And then I'm going to do the armholes and sew the neck line. I don't like necklines. I don't, y'all. It is like my kryptonite is to get a perfect neckline. And with this fabric, it is like, it's tough. Stretchy material is tough. You really have to have some patience because it is not like an overnight thing. So if you work, I really don't like to work with stiff fabric. The reason being is I am a plus size girl. So I need a little stretch and a little give with my fabric. I can't work with something that doesn't have a little stretch and a little give. You feel me? So I need fabric that has a little stretch and a little give. And in the summertime, I don't want anything stuck to my body, so I be needing, you know, some. And trying to decide how I'm going to do this. I think what I'm going to do is, okay, so I'm going to show you. So I've gotten to this part. This is going to be the front of the dress, the spaghetti strap. So what I'm going to do is, I have it square like this. I'm going to fold this part down, and I'm going to fold this part down, and it's going to bring me this point. And my spaghetti strap is going to come. I'm going to fold this part down so it's like even. And my spaghetti strap is going to come from there. But first I'm going to actually do the spaghetti straps, and I'm going to show you all how it's done. And it's really simple. It's not like anything hard. And you can use the fabric from the dress if it is long enough, instead of having to cut more fabric. Just use what you got. Like I said, if it's long enough. If it's not long enough, then you're going to have to cut you some fabric up. And I don't think this one is long enough, so I'm going to look in my other scraps. This one. And I'm just sticking the pins in other fabric because I don't leave them around because I have dogs. And I don't need them to come in contact with any of my sewing material stuff. Because they like my scraps, but I don't like them to be into it too much. Because it's just sharp and they can hurt themselves. If y'all want to see a tutorial on how to do a racerback tank top, let me know. Because I've done them. I've done the racerback tank, and I just want to know if that's something that y'all would want to see. So to make this easy, I'm going to show you all a very easy way to do this instead of cutting and all that unnecessariness. What you're going to do is take some fabric and fold it in half. You want to make sure it's long enough, and it is. And I'm going to hold my fabric so it can kind of knot itself this time. And push that back. I think it's okay, right? No, it is raining. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and push this under. You want to do it to where the fabric meets, because as you see, it's kind of on a slant. So I'm going to put it under here so where the fabric meets, and that is where I'm going to begin. So you want to get it kind of close, depending on how thick you want your straps, and I don't want mine super thin, but I don't want them like thick and bulky. So I started right here, and I'm just gonna sew a straight line. You want this as straight as possible so your straps don't come out all weird looking, you know. Straightening this out because you need it as straight as possible. And I'm pulling it from both directions so it goes very straight. Don't need any mess. I think I kind of messed up, but that's okay. Mistakes happen. I am not perfect. I am not a professional seamstress, so it is okay. Because they can be fixed. Raise my needle up, snip the thread, kind of figure out where I made the mistake at, and I see it. So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna fix my mistake. And I'm going to hold this thread because I don't want it to de-thread. So now I'm going to fold it because I want it to be lined up evenly until it kind of lines itself back up, and then I'm going to go back and I'm done. And it looks weird now, but it's gonna look perfect once I finish it. You see how it is? Okay, so now we're gonna go with our other thread. Or not other thread, other material. Trying to straighten it out. And you want to make sure it is similar in length. So I'm finding other straps so I can do it. Okay, so it's just I can't find any straps that is the same length. So I'm just gonna have to make my straps a little shorter, and that's okay because I don't want to cut any fabric. So it is okay. My dog is like tripping. Okay, so we're gonna do it the same way, and you want to make it similar in size. Holding my top thread so it doesn't pull away from me. Doing my 4 stitches again. Come here. So, pulling it same way, kind of stretching it so it doesn't bunches up. So it doesn't bunch up. Okay. We're going to continue. As you get to the bottom, you're going to do your back stitch. Okay, so now that that is complete, I'm going to raise my needle up out of my fabric and I'm going to snip. Okay, and push my sewing machine back a little bit, and I am going to cut out my spaghetti strap. Now you want to cut it kind of close to the fabric, and you'll see why in a second. Don't cut the thread. You do not want to cut the thread. You just want to get kind of close to the thread, and I will show you an example of how close you want to get. one of the straps. This one, and we're going to do the same thing. I miss sewing so much. Like, I don't think I had completed a sewing project at my old house. I didn't complete not one, and I miss sewing because I love creating my own clothes. And okay, yeah, I made that, and I hadn't completed not a single thing. And then I hadn't made any videos because I really wasn't completing anything, and I really didn't know what all you wanted to see. So I wasn't really making anything. So I'm gonna put my scraps in my drawer, and I am looking to see if I have a safety pin. And I do. So I'm gonna need a safety pin. So this is how they look. So you take your safety pin, put it through this part, close it, push it in the hole, and you wanna like push it through. I hope you all can see what I'm doing. I'm just pulling it through. And you don't want to put a lot of pressure on it because you don't want to rip the end of the fabric that you're pulling through. You just want it to look flawless. So now that I'm to the end, I am gently pulling it through. I don't have any nails, so it's kind of hard. If you have nails, this process will be easier. Okay, so we have this through. We're just going to pull it through like that. So now you have your spaghetti strap shirt. I mean spaghetti strap with a flawless seam. Okay, so I'm gonna sew these on, and I will take pictures of the after product. Sorry, I got on my bonnet, but it's raining. So I'm gonna take pictures of the after product, and I will post it at the end of the video. So thanks for watching. Peace.